Welcome back. Welcome back. Next week's US primary elections in Texas and Ohio are billed as the last chance for Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in her battle with rival Barack Obama. But those two are not the only candidates for the party's nomination. There's a third Democrat still in the running, former Alaskan Senator Mike Gravel. Despite the fact that he has won no delegates so far from the contest, Senator Gravel fights on. And why? We'll find out now. Mike Gravel joins us right now. Mike, thank you for being with us. Why are you fighting on?
Because I have a message, and the message is not that it makes any difference who you're going to elect. The message is that regardless of who you elect, it won't make any difference. It's going to be more of the same, American imperialism. If there's going to be a change, and they're all talking about change, it's going to have to be empowering the American people to take power into their hands, and there's a way to do it. The only way you can is to become lawmakers. The central power of government is making laws, not voting. When you vote, you give your power away to those who make the laws.
And how could you change that then?
Well, I've written a piece of legislation called the National Initiative for Democracy. And people indicate overwhelmingly that they want to be empowered, but they just don't know that there's something on the shelf that they can vote for to do it. And it's an election conducted outside of the government. And all they've got to do is go to a website called nationalinitiative.us, and there they can vote. And when 60 million Americans vote to empower themselves, they'll be able to make laws in every government jurisdiction of the United States. Now that's change. That's not the phony rhetoric of what you hear today about vote for me and I'll bring about change. Only the people can bring about change, David.
You've been in debates, of course, with both the Democratic rivals of yours, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Is one of them a little more inclined to change? I know you're saying the traditional people, they just talk about change, but are either of them closer to you than the other?
Not at all. In fact, you said I've been in debates. I've been in 4 debates. I get 4 minutes, they get 16 minutes. And I was cut out of the debates by General Electric with MSNBC and only appeared in 4 of the over 20 number of debates they've had. Corporate America does not want to hear my voice, does not want to let Americans hear my voice, because it will dilute the power of the powers that be, including the Democratic leadership and corporate power in the United States. This election is a little bit of a hoax. If we were conducting this electoral process in Russia, we'd be laughing at them as to how undemocratic it is. What is ruling the roost in the United States today is money. Money. That's who's determining who is getting elected, and it's corporate money at that.
And so therefore, what would be your message to potential voters not to vote in this election and wait until there's your sort of election, or to vote for the lesser of the available evils?
Well, this election's not over by a long shot. Sure, I don't have any delegates at this point, but then again, the election's going to be held next November 3rd. I don't know what will happen, but I do know this, that in 5 national blind polls, I carry the day far, far and away beyond Obama and Hillary. That means when Americans know what my views are, this is what they care about. We've gone through a season where the media has gone crazy over the celebrity of these people, when in point of fact, 68% of the American people are fed up with both political parties, whether it's McCain on the other side or Obama or Hillary on our side. They're fed up, and so I think the American people are open to a new direction. Will they be able to do it? We don't have the resources right now, but who knows what can happen. I know from one thing, being involved in politics all of my life and having a record of accomplishment that dwarfs anything that Obama could even dream of, that anything can happen in this election year.
Well, thank you very much, Mike Gravel, for being with us today. We appreciate it. We'll watch how your campaign goes with fascination.
Thank you, David.
This weekend, the official result will be declared of the Pakistan general election. However, we already have a clear picture. There's been a big fall in support for President Musharraf's Pakistan Muslim League Q party and a dramatic increase in support for Asif Ali Zardari's Pakistan People's Party, the party formerly led, of course, by the late Benazir Bhutto, and for Nawaz Sharif's Pakistan Muslim League N party. The latter two are now trying to get more allies to form a ruling coalition. But what of the PML-Q? Its Secretary General Mushahid Hussain Syed joins me right now from Islamabad. Senator Hussain, what are your plans now as a party?
Well, we certainly will play our due role in democratic Pakistan's new parliament as a robust and vibrant opposition. We already have the second largest vote bank in Pakistan after the Pakistan People's Party, and we are the only other party apart from the PPP which has a presence in all 4 provinces. And we have a large vote bank still, so we'll play our role and as an issue-oriented opposition, focusing on issues above party lines. And we wish the new coalition good luck.
Very good, thank you for that. And tell me, why do you think you didn't win this round, this election?
Well, Sir David, in the last 1 year, Pakistan had been going from one crisis to another crisis. Since March 9th of last year, when there was this problem with the judiciary, then there was a problem with the media, and then there was a state of emergency. All of the mistakes of the last 1 year fell on our plate, and there were some economic problems also in the end, coupled with the tragic assassination of Ms. Bhutto. So people voted for a change, and they wanted a change, and they wanted calm and stability and things to settle down, and they want to move on from this period of crisis to a period of stability under a new democratic order.
And of course, as you will have read, a number of people are saying that maybe this is the time for President Musharraf to step down in a dignified manner. Presumably, you don't agree with that.
I would say that Pakistan's politics should stop being a grudge match between powerful individuals. In the past, we had this period from 1977 through 1988, when there was this struggle, this tussle between General Zia and Mr. Bhutto and Mr. Bhutto's ghost. And then there was a tussle between 1988 and 1999 between Ms. Bhutto and Mr. Nawaz Sharif. And the country suffered as a consequence. The people are not ready for a new round between Mr. Sharif and Mr. Musharraf. Yes, Mr. Musharraf has been weakened, but he's also been chastened. And after all, he kept his word of holding a fair and free and transparent election. And he also kept his word regarding uniform and lifting of the emergency. People don't want another round of infighting between the new parliament and the office of the presidency. Mr. Musharraf knows how to retreat, how to take a step back. He wants to play his role as a civilian constitutional head of state, and the parliament is going to be empowered with the Prime Minister being the new chief executive. So I think that if all institutions play their due role under the Constitution, let's move on, and we don't want another round of infighting and tussle and confrontation, and that will be destabilizing for Pakistan's embryonic democratic process.
And what about the future Prime Minister in the system as it stands today, with the figures as they stand today? Do you have a preference as a party for who should it be someone from the PPP? Should it be someone from the PML-N? Should it be? Do you have a preference for that? Do you have any guidance on that point?
Well, we feel the People's Party is the largest single party, and they have an alliance with the PML-N. So the People's Party has the moral right to nominate the future Prime Minister, and they better do it soon. They've been at it for the last 10 years, and they're still trying to figure out who's going to be the leader of the House. So whoever is their candidate for Prime Minister, let me assure them on our behalf, on behalf of the Pakistan Muslim League, of which I'm the Secretary General, that we'll give them support on a national agenda focusing on such issues as countering extremism and terrorism, poverty alleviation and women's rights and health, education and justice, and above all, making Parliament the pivot of decision making and having a consensual foreign policy and devolution of power to the provinces, issues which we are willing to cooperate with the future Prime Minister above party lines.
And do you think, how soon, you said they ought to hurry up and organise this coalition. How soon should they do that in terms of peace and stability in Pakistan?
I would say, Sir David, within the next 1 week. I guess they are all in a state of shock. They were surprised by the election results themselves. I guess they were not expecting this victory. But now that they have settled down and they are more relaxed about things, they should get cracking with forming the new government, calling parliament, and get on with governance, which this country badly needs.
And what will, in that situation, if, as you say, President Musharraf stays on as president, if he doesn't step down, if he stays on, what will his role be?
Well, his role will be, I think, clearly charted out already under the Constitution. And Mr. Musharraf, by the way, is a realist and also a survivor. And he knows that the ground realities have changed. His role is that of a civilian constitutional president who will be guided by Parliament and the new government, and he should play that role, and he should not tinker with Parliament, and the Parliament should not bother with him, because the two should play their role and coexist in harmony. And I think that's what Pakistan needs, and that's what the people of Pakistan want badly.
Well, thank you very much, Senator Hussain. I certainly think that however it's achieved, harmony would be the most desirable outcome of all of this for the people of Pakistan. Thank you very much for joining us, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir David. Thank you.
After the news, we'll be joined by one of Hollywood's most successful directors, whom I talked to earlier. When Harry Met Sally was one of his successful films, Rob Reiner will be here. Stay tuned.